Hello! In this module, we'll discuss the inputs of the Evaluate DM Channels process. An understanding of available DM channels is the first input we'll discuss. This is an output of the Understand Available DM Channels process. Having an in-depth understanding of the various digital marketing channels is essential to evaluating how effective each of them may be in promoting a company's product, brand, or service. A company must understand the limitations and capabilities of each channel, as well as the situations in which a channel is most effective. For example, social media channels focused on sharing personal updates may not be the best channels to sell products such as industrial machinery. In addition to examining the relevance of a particular channel for promoting a particular product, the costs associated with using each of the channels needs to be fully understood along with how the channels are used by consumers. A channel may be highly relevant for a product, but it might also be expensive. For example, creating videos that go viral may be highly relevant for consumer goods targeted at youth, but they may be also very expensive to produce. When marketers have a thorough understanding of the various channels and the elements of digital marketing, they are better able to evaluate whether or not a particular channel needs to be used on particular occasions. Take a short break and think of a situation or scenario where this concept can be used. When a company wants to promote a discount or an important achievement, the use of social media forums is a good option because of the possibility of a viral effect and mass exposure, which may raise awareness of the company. When promoting a discount offer, many companies also prefer to use email marketing because of the fast results it can bring. On the other hand, if the company wants to inform customers about an expected stoppage of service, for instance, due to a scheduled routine maintenance, it is usually enough for the company to use email or their website to notify customers, rather than initiating a social media update. Negative comments often spread faster in social media, leading to loss of brand value and image. Therefore, understanding the different channels is important in order to evaluate their usefulness. The allocated budget is another input. This is an output of the Decide Marketing Aspects and Allocate Budget process in the SM Study Book on Marketing Strategy, which contains details on the budget allocated to the various marketing aspects, including digital marketing, toward the achievement of their respective targets. The following items should be considered when allocating a budget to digital marketing. Amount of budget allocated. This represents the financial resources that digital marketing has been allocated by the marketing strategy team to use in order to achieve specific digital marketing targets. It is usually a specific figure, but sometimes tolerances may be defined to account for anticipated needs and changes. When allocating the budget, the marketing team must consider such things as who the customers are, how they do business and interact with the company, the creativity and costs associated with executing campaigns, and the current consumer perception of the company or brand. Rationale for budget allocation. This involves specifying and documenting the rationale for the budget allocated, which reduces the possibility of irrelevant factors such as personal preferences or politics playing a role in budget allocation. Articulating and documenting the rationale for a particular resource can also save time when new employees join the team or existing team members question certain initiatives. Availability of allocated budget. The manner in which the allocated budget will be made available to the digital marketing activities is also defined. Information such as the process for accessing funds, the approvals needed, and the increments in which the budget will be made available during a time period are specified. The overall budget allocated to digital marketing sets an upper limit on how much can be spent for promoting a product, brand, or service through digital media. Therefore, it is an important input for determining which digital marketing channels should be used and how much should be spent on each of the selected channels to achieve their respective targets. Take a short break and think of a situation or scenario where this concept can be used. When a company has a minimal budget for digital marketing, it may decide to focus more on encouraging customers to visit its website through search engine optimization rather than spending money on paid advertising. Likewise, it may focus on engaging with customers through different social media platforms, blogs, and forums, and growing its list for email marketing rather than allocating funds to purchase lists. The next input is industry norms. The prevailing norms in the industry regarding the use of various digital marketing channels for promoting competing products serve as a good reference for a company when evaluating digital marketing channels. A company can obtain these norms through observing the websites, social media presence, and mobile apps of competitors. It may also access these norms through industry publications and prior research conducted. Industry norms are especially useful for companies that are entering a new product category or a new market, and those that do not have any past data on similar products in their product portfolio to serve as benchmarks for comparison. Can you think of a scenario where this concept would be applicable? With the growing popularity of mobile devices, the majority of Internet searches are initiated using mobile devices rather than traditional websites, and given the nature and convenience of mobile use, many mobile searches convert to purchases as consumers often find restaurants or book hotels on the go. The positioning statement is the next input. A positioning statement is the main output of the Create Differentiated Positioning process in the SM Study Book on Marketing Strategy. It is generally a short sentence or phrase that captures the essence of the value a company's product offers to its target customers. The positioning statement should create an image of the product in the customer's mind, highlighting the most important benefits that differentiate the product from competitor products and that offer the most value to customers. A well-defined positioning statement should convey the following: the product category in which a company's product is to be positioned, the target segment or segments for which the product is positioned, the specific benefits that a product is offering to the target segment or segments as compared to competitive offerings, any guarantees or warranties that a company offers to support the product's quality. The positioning statement is a key factor in determining the relative importance of various digital marketing channels and elements. For example, if a company's product positioning targets customers who use smartphones extensively, then it may be necessary for the company to develop mobile apps and allocate resources accordingly. Similarly, if a company's product positioning targets business customers, then the company may use the professional updates sharing element of social media extensively. Can you think of a scenario where this concept would be applicable? Web maps and satellite navigation devices have transformed online navigation product positioning from traditional websites and devices to smartphone apps. This is mainly due to the evolution of smartphones and utility apps, which bring a lot of value to customers. The smartphone app allows customers to use maps and navigate to a particular location without having to carry a printed map, expensive navigation devices, or a laptop while driving. Product features is the next input. Product features are an output of the Create Differentiated Positioning process in the SM Study Book on Marketing Strategy. The product features include those that are most desired by the target customers. These features are revealed during the creation of perceptual maps and while selecting points of parity and differentiation. Perceptual maps show the combination of key parameters that a product must have to appeal to a specific target segment. Points of parity and differentiation show the features that a product must have to be identified as part of a product category, and those that it must possess to differentiate itself from the competition. These features are the most important inputs for designing the final product. Considering product features helps in determining the importance and relevance of each of the digital marketing channels in promoting a product. Also, the same product may be promoted in different ways through different social media channels. For example, a company may want to highlight how to use a product through demonstration videos and use the video sharing element of social media, while detailed technical specifications of the same product may be provided on the website. Similarly, a company selling consumer electronics may want to initiate a discussion on its latest product by using discussion forums on social media, while the ability to buy the product is offered only on its website. Now that you understand this concept, can you think of a scenario where this concept would be applicable? Product features and policies such as money-back guarantees and free shipping are emphasized by companies selling online products as part of their digital marketing activities. Promoting customer-friendly policies and popular product features help in viral marketing. An important input is the pricing strategy. The pricing strategy is an output of the determined pricing strategy process in the SM study book on marketing strategy. The pricing strategy for a product or service is focused on creating a sustainable brand perception and sustainable profitability for the product or brand, while growing and maintaining a healthy market share. The pricing strategy should include the following information: the recommended pricing for the product or service over a period of time in the various target market segments and the rationale for the price points used for the product. An indication of how the pricing strategy aligns with the product's positioning statement and the company's overall corporate strategy. The number of units that must be sold to break even, the projected units the company anticipates it will sell, and the expected profitability of the product. The strategy to deal with possible changes in the environment, such as changes in price of competing products, currency fluctuations, increases in production costs, and so on. The strategy for any discounts, special offers, or rebates, and the costs associated with these. The total cost of ownership, including cost of warranties and after-purchase servicing. The pricing strategy plays a key role in evaluating the effectiveness of digital marketing channels in terms of how they can contribute to achieving the financial targets for a product or brand. Since the pricing strategy includes promotional activities and discounts, it is important that digital marketers identify the channels that are best suited to the particular promotions. An advantage of digital channels is that companies can immediately change pricing based on consumer demand, for example, by timing special promotions by season or time of day. The digital space can also allow companies to test a variety of pricing models and get access to the results to make long-term decisions. Pricing of a product or brand also influences the amount of budget that should be spent for online advertising. Thus, when budgets are minimal, the digital marketing channels with the highest ROI in advertising are selected. Can you think of an example of this concept? If the pricing strategy for an entertainment magazine includes a discount for new customer subscriptions and the objective is to maximize subscriptions, then the magazine may find promoting this discount through social media sites focused on the sharing of personal updates to be the most effective channel. Distribution strategy. The distribution strategy is an output of the determined distribution strategy process in the SM study book on marketing strategy. The distribution strategy for a company's product or service focuses on ensuring that the product or service is delivered to customers on time, in the best possible manner, and with costs that are aligned with the pricing strategy. The distribution strategy should contain the following information: the specific distribution model to be used, whether it will be intensive, exclusive, or selective. Intensive distribution occurs when a company uses many delivery channels and distributes a large volume of products. Exclusive distribution occurs when a company uses only one distribution partner to sell its products in a specific market. Selective distribution occurs when a company uses a few delivery channels to distribute a moderate volume of products. The levels of intermediaries that will exist between the company and each of the target markets, the specific distribution channels that will be used for each of the target market segments, the stages in the distribution channel where any external channel members will be used, the entities in the value network that have the most impact on the distribution strategy, and the measures that need to be taken to minimize any negative impacts and maximize any positive impacts that result from the use of those entities. When evaluating the best way to distribute a product, it is important to match the end-user needs to a distribution strategy. If the analysis finds that the buying process is fairly straightforward and the target customer is online, the company can sell direct via a website. It is possible for a product to be distributed only through online channels, and if that is the case, the entire distribution strategy is closely linked to the digital marketing strategy. The importance of various digital marketing channels will depend on the specific distribution strategy. If there are strategic alliances with other online partners, then those channels will also need to be considered. Now take a short break and see if you can think of an example for this concept. Banking institutions integrate multiple online delivery channels, including website, mobile, and social media to improve their customers' experiences and reduce customer acquisition costs as well as operational costs. This online distribution strategy helps the business gain a competitive advantage. Software companies that provide antivirus software or tools for photograph editing, for example, have enabled the installation of software or software upgrades through direct downloads. Some of these companies have also introduced mobile apps to enhance the user experience. This has helped such companies reduce the costs of creating and shipping CDs. Selected marketing aspects and targets are the last input of this process. Selected marketing aspects and targets are an output of the Decide Marketing Aspects and Allocate Budget process in the SM Study Book on Marketing Strategy. Sales and marketing aspects that are considered most relevant and effective for achieving the objectives defined for a product or brand are determined by the marketing team and outlined in the marketing strategy. The list will include the respective rationale and targets for each aspect. Rationale for selection. When choosing a digital channel, there are many factors that should be considered by the marketing team. The team should evaluate the target market and understand the dynamics and trends of the audience. In addition, the team should understand the preferences of the audience and the opportunities to reach current and potential customers utilizing various channels. Documenting the rationale ensures that there is correct justification for such decisions and that an aspect is going to be useful in helping a product, brand, or service achieve its performance objectives. It is also possible that all sales and marketing aspects are selected. In such cases, the rationale for each aspect must still be documented. Targets. After the overall objectives are defined for a product or brand's marketing strategy, targets are assigned to each of the selected aspects so that they are in alignment with the overall objectives. When considering targets, the company should be looking at a variety of digital areas that can be evaluated, including overall reach, cost per click, number of impressions, number of leads or conversions, and so on. Since this input contains the overall targets for digital marketing, in addition to targets for any other chosen aspects, it determines the cumulative targets that digital marketing channels together need to achieve. Knowledge of other selected marketing aspects and any areas of overlap between them and digital marketing helps the digital marketing team to coordinate with other aspects effectively. As in the example that follows, if corporate sales is a selected aspect that depends on digital marketing to generate corporate leads through the company's website, then the digital marketing team can design the website accordingly and put in place metrics to track conversions and other metrics for corporate leads. Can you think of an example for this concept? Companies with B2B customers use social media channels such as blogs, discussion forums, and personal and professional updates to generate interest and increase participation in their offline events and gatherings. Effective digital marketing activities help to generate leads for corporate sales. With that, we end this module of the Evaluate DM Channels process. Thank you for learning with us.